Hi, Emily here. I've got one that's not related to mental health today. So it's a bit out of my wheelhouse, but I want to talk about owning pets and my kind of ideas and thoughts around that. I don't really know 100% where I stand. I don't really like the idea of breeding animals. I mean, I'm a vegan anyway, but I don't like the idea of, it ends up being like puppy mills, or, you breed a lot of these animals and it's usually not particularly nice. So I don't know 100% where I stand on animals being kept as pets. I think there's enough rescue animals that we need to be adopting first before we start breeding animals. Anyway, besides that, I think a lot of people, myself included, don't necessarily have the right information. My biggest example is with hamsters. You go to the pet shop, you trust them to give you the right information, to be experts in hamsters and their behaviour and what they need, and they sell you products and they give you leaflets and it seems all legitimate, but it's not true. With hamsters in particular, the advice that they give you and the products they give you are not adequate, not at all. And I think that that's really unfortunate, and I don't think it should be allowed, but it is. I think in some ways the same with any pet. Snakes, rabbits, hamsters, guinea pigs, so we've got reptiles, birds, rodents, anything. Dogs, cats, I know I'm just listing them here, but anything. I think what we should have is a system where we know we can trust pet owners. I think a lot about licenses. And how I know in some countries you can get like a license to own like a really exotic animal. Well, I think we should have a license for any pet. If you want to own a being, own a life, own, this creature that has its own desires and life and sentience, that we should be educated on what that creature needs. So I think any pet should have a license. So if you have bird license, reptile license, aquatics license, dog, cat license, rodent license, big broad categories that you would do maybe a week of training, a week course in education, so that then you get this certificate that says, look, we know that we trust you to be able to look after this life. I don't think it should be taken as lightly as it is these days. I think, you can just hop on Gumtree, get a puppy, and you might not have a clue on how to deal with that animal. Dogs and some cats as well in particular can be quite demanding, and we need to understand what their requirements are as a creature before we look at them as our belonging. They're not just here to bring us joy, they are here to live their own life as well. And I think we need to be, looking at that a little bit more. I don't know, it's just my thoughts. I don't want to be too controversial. But I just think it's really sad when people think they're doing what is actually the best for their animal. For example, with dogs, giving them so much love and cuddles and kisses and smothering them with gifts and things, when actually all they want is a regular walk every day. Because people don't necessarily know or have done the right research, because they've seen everybody else get their pet, have their pet however they believe is best for their pet. I think there should be a standardised, researched education on each sort of bracket of pet that everybody has to follow, so that we know we're giving our animals, our pets, the right care that they need. that's just my thoughts. I'm quite passionate about it because I really, really care about animals. And I just think, I mean, I care about people too. And it makes me sort of sad to think that these, you know, a lot of hamster owners, as going back to that example, really love their hamsters and, you know, buy them wheels and tubes and all these tubes that connect to other small pods and things, and it's just not good for them. It's not good for the animal, and if that person knew, they would probably do something different, you know. I want animals and people to get along and to respect each other, and if we are just owning pets to bring us joy and sort of almost as objects, I don't think that's symbiotic. Anyway, I'm just sort of rambling. I don't think that we shouldn't have pets, but I do think that adopting should come first, rescuing. You know, all of my pets I've gotten from people that can't look after them anymore, or you know, really just don't want them anymore and just want to get rid of them. I have never bought them from a breeder. And I'm not here to say that I judge people that do that, because again, if your experience with a breeder, you know, is your local friend down the road and they've looked after these animals and it's lovely and there's a lot of care that's gone into it, that's fine, and I don't have a problem with that. My problem is when we aren't 100% certain where we're getting our animals from, and the breeder that we have got them from is not as considerate and loving towards the animals. So yeah, I've got a lot to say about animal care and potentially other vegan topics, but I never want to shame anybody or make anybody feel bad or anything. That's not my intention. These are just some of the things that I think, and this is the channel where I share my thoughts. And I love chatting to you guys. I've really developed like almost an addiction to wanting to make these videos for you guys. So yeah, the other thing is I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that's like, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. I don't want to do that because I feel like if you like it, you'll like it, and if you want to see more, you'll subscribe. But maybe, you know, I'll just remind or something, just in case, you know, it wasn't on your mind, you're just scrolling through. But that's just another thought I sometimes have, is like, I don't want to be like that, but on the other hand, sometimes I watch a video and I forget about the whole subscribing or liking thing. I'm just like, oh, this is cool, next video. So maybe it would be useful for me to say something. I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't want to be annoying, basically. And I want to seem authentic and genuine, which is what this channel is to me. So yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts on having a pet license. I don't think it's something that will ever happen, but it's just something that I think would be probably a good idea. I know I would go through the training and get pet licenses, because then I'd feel more confident knowing that I'm doing the right thing for my pets. But yeah, if you have anything you want to share, please do comment, and thanks very much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Bye!